Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do share with friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Jaidev joins us in this session. Welcome, Jaidev.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, sorry, everyone. And yesterday was a very interesting session as, we had a lot of people coming live and defending Shahrukh Khan's antiques, shall I call it antiques, at Lata Mangeshkar's funeral. And I can't believe in the comments, at least, so many people are defending Shahrukh Khan. And I'm sure this is part of the paid PR which Shahrukh Khan has employed, because already his image has been, taken for a toss after the whole, Aryan Khan incident. And somehow they're trying to, whitewash his image.
But here, see, what I found later on is that this is all connected. See, Lataji's body was
Hmm.
wrapped in a flag, Indian flag,
Yes.
which is a symbol that we all respect
Hmm.
so much, and that is where he is spat. Okay, and then we realized that he's the ambassador for Hyundai. Okay,
Yes.
and Hyundai was the one who said that. See, they were speaking about Kashmir, being a part of Kashmir, Pakistan, and then you also see that Lata she was termed a Sangi by people from Bollywood because she supported Savarkar. Now
Yes.
these are all the links that we are finding. So everything links all the links go back to Pakistan and their desire to break up India and their disrespect for our icons like Lata Mangeshkar.
And also, Shah Rukh Khan did not perform dua in Dilip Kumar's funeral.
Yeah,
So many of the people, those who are supporting Shah Rukh Khan, they have not answered that question. Why
yeah,
did he not do dua in his idol Dilip
yeah,
Kumar's funeral?
yeah, exactly.
If he had
And
so
not only
much of
that, there were
respect,
other Muslim
yeah,
actors also,
yeah, yeah,
like Amir Khan, and also
yeah,
this writer Javed Akhtar.
yeah,
Why did they not spit?
exactly.
You know,
Because I remember there's one comment they said that particular person who supported Shah Rukh Khan, he or she told that Javed Akhtar is an atheist, so that's why he did not perform Duha,
okay.
right?
Oh,
Okay, we'll leave Javed Akhtar, but what about Amir Khan? Why
who
did he
normally
not perform Duha?
spits on the hands of actresses
Yeah,
like Madhuri Dixit.
exactly.
Yeah, very strange indeed. Yeah. So moving on to Hyundai, Hyundai told to be more forceful in their apology, says the Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal today said that the government has asked Hyundai to be more forceful in its unequivocal apology. As Hyundai Motors finds itself in the eye of the storm on its Pakistan's partner's controversial tweet on the Kashmir issue, Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal said on Tuesday that the government had asked the South Korean auto manufacturer to be more forceful in its unequivocal apology. Hyundai had issued a clarification after it faced calls for a boycott of its cars, but there has been demands for the company to apologize unequivocally over its Pakistani partner, expressing solidarity with the cause of a separate Kashmir. Piyush Goyal commented on the matter in Rajya Sabha when it was raised there. The issue has been taken up both with the government there and the company concerned, he said. They, that is Hyundai, have already issued a clarification yesterday. We have also asked them to be more forceful in their unequivocal apology on this issue. Earlier raising the issue, Priyanka Chaturvedi of Shiv Sena said certain companies have been offering support and posting content on Kashmir solidarity they observed by Pakistan. The content they have posted on their platforms called for freedom for Kashmir, she said without naming Hyundai. Similar posts had also appeared from social media handles linked to Kia Motors dealers partners in Pakistan. The companies, she said, do business both in India and Pakistan and yet have posted content in solidarity with Pakistan over Kashmir. Such posts that are challenging the sovereignty of our country should not be accepted. It has been surprising that it has been ignored till now, and also keeping in mind that these companies have been flourishing in India for the past many years, yet choosing to take stances that are contentious is unacceptable. So companies must respect the rules and laws of the nation they operate in and should refrain from engaging in political and contentious causes. Ms. Chaturvedi said, demanding that the government ensures apology by the firms for the seditious posts and ensure companies that operate here do not challenge the sovereignty of the country. A row had erupted on February 6th, a day after Pakistan marked the annual Kashmir Solidarity Day, when posts on behalf of Hyundai's partner Nishat Group appeared on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now, here I'd like to just tell you a sort of on a lighter note. When Lataji died, see, all the channels were busy showing Lata's songs and trying to bring back memories of her, what her songs meant to the common public. Now, there was a small group in WhatsApp who were singing songs. And here, Priyanka Chaturvedi tried to sound like Lata Mangeshkar. And the kind of criticism she got in social media was enough for her to run into hiding. It was that bad. So, Miss Priyanka Chaturvedi, on a lighter note, I wish you would take some classes either in classical music or in Hindi film music, because first of all, you need to correct your swara. You sound very, very off key. Okay, and this can be only taught to you by a proper musician or a classical singer. So please do that, and then we will bother about what happens between India and Pakistan. We have a very, very responsible prime minister at the head, and he will take care of our situation. Yeah, back to you, Jim.
Yeah, before that, I would like to share one more thing about Hyundai India. Just one second. Yeah, so as you can see, this is the market share of domestic, various car companies in India. So the majority of market share of the car, companies in India is held by Suzuki, which is 52.5%, and Hyundai is like holding the second position with almost 19.6%. This is statistics is from April to October 2020. So after Suzuki, Hyundai is having the second, market share in the passenger vehicle sector. So you can imagine how, if if most people start you know canceling their orders, how badly Hyundai will be sort of affected. You know, I mean, like India is one of the biggest markets for Hyundai.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So coming to the next piece of news is that after Hyundai, controversy, that KFC apologizes and Pizza Hut clarifies after outrage over posts on Kashmir. Now, while KFC apologized, Pizza Hut issued a statement after the two restaurant chains faced backlash over social media posts on Kashmir. Quick service restaurant chain KFC on Monday apologized following an outrage on social media over a post from its Pakistan based franchise supporting separatists in Kashmir. Another QSR chain, Pizza Hut, was also issued a statement saying it does not condone, support, or agree with the contents of a post circulating in social media after facing backlash over an Instagram post on Kashmir by its official handler in Pakistan. Both KFC and Pizza Hut are subsidiaries of US-based Yum brands that also owns popular QSR brand Taco Bell. We deeply apologize for a post that was published on some KFC social media channels outside the country. We honor and respect India and remain steadfast in our commitment to serving all Indians with pride. According to a message on KFC India official account on Twitter, Pizza Hut in a statement said it does not condone, support, or agree with the contents of a post circulating in social media, and we remain steadfast in our commitment to serve all our brothers and sisters with pride. Now, earlier in a social media post, a verified account of KFC had supported the separatists in Kashmir and posted Kashmir belongs to Kashmiris. So, similarly, an Instagram post from the verified account of Pizza Hut Park had said, "We stand with you on Kashmir Solidarity Day." So, this is very strange that these so called multinational companies, they don't, so they have different narratives for different countries. you know it is especially, and then they later apologize. Is it to test the Indian tolerance levels that they're doing this post? That, yeah, that's a question to be
Yeah,
answered.
yeah,
but
absolutely.
Piyush Goyal is, going in the right direction of taking an aggressive stand
Yeah.
and not being
So,
passive. Yeah.
yeah. So I think, see, Shah Rukh Khan doesn't need a better PR than the Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut, I think. You
Yeah.
know, so it's very amusing. The next piece of news is about that. Sanjay Raut slams those accusing Shah Rukh Khan of spitting at Lata Mangeshkar's funeral. It is shameful. Now, either he's changed his job, he's become the PR, we do not know. Anyway, Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut on Monday slammed the netizens who trolled Bollywood actor Shah Rukh for allegedly spitting on the mortal remains of legendary singer Lata Mangeshkar at her cremation ceremony. Shiv Sena MP said that, this is, yeah, so going to the fact that he said that what these people are saying is all wrong. Now, Shah Rukh Khan and his manager, Pooja Dadlani, on Sunday reached Shivaji Park in Mumbai, where the last rites of Lata Mangeshkar were held with full state honors. During the last rites, Shah Rukh Khan could be seen raising his hands in prayer, while Pooja could be seen folding her hands in order to pay homage to the celebrated singer. After saying his prayer, Shah Rukh could be seen blowing or spitting as per Islamic rituals of praying. The actor also paid a floral tribute to the singer and touched her feet while paying his respects. While many fans were touched by the actor's gesture, a section of the people also criticized him for allegedly appearing to spit on the mortal remains of Lata. The trolls alleged that the actor was not blowing air but spitting. Condemning the online trolling, Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut said, "It's shameful that people are trolling him. Some people are doing politics in the name of religion, even on the sad occurrence of Lataji's demise. We all know who these people are. Nobody needs to be told." Lataji died on Sunday at the age of 92. Prominent personalities, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other politicians, were there at the event. Shah Rukh Khan's co-star Urmila and actors Raki have also defended the actor amid the controversy. Shah Rukh's fans have also been defending him and voicing their support for the actor. Now, here what I'd like to say is that uh, Sanjay Raut should either tell us what is his role in supporting SRK. Now, this is something I'd like to ask the viewers as well. See, when Aryan was arrested during the NCB raid by Samir Wankare on Cordelia Cruise, who were the people most angry about it? It was the Mahavikas Agadi. Now, Samir was only following the rules. These people had drugs in their hands and they were arrested. As a lawmaker, we all know this is the right thing to do. Now, politicians are supposed to be our lawmakers. And they tell us it was the wrong thing that Samir Wankade did. And from that day, what they did was exactly what they did to Arnab Goswami, okay, to the ex-Navy officer, to Kangana Ranaut, okay, and to Samit Thakkar, and also to now Kirit Somaiya. They cannot tolerate any sort of criticism, or they cannot tolerate, people sort of criticizing the people they are hands in glove with. Now, if Shah Rukh Khan's son has broken the law, he has to be jailed. Neither Sanjay Raut nor Uddhav Thackeray can say anything. Law is law. Even now, today, he's on bail. He's not free. Neither are his friends. So, to criticize, to tell us that we as a public cannot criticize Shah Rukh Khan when he spits on the body of a person we so admire, wrapped in our national flag, if we don't see it as something shameful, and we cannot criticize it, we would like to ask you, who are you? We've been hearing a lot of things, Ajay Raut, about your sort of connections with a certain lady who actually exposed you. And what did you do? You tried to jail her as well. What sort of a government is being run there? Where people can't speak? This is democracy. You can't, the Mahavikas Aghadi cannot act as Hitler and then accuse others, Modi ji, of being a Hitler. So please take back your words. We're not interested in what you tell us about anybody. We will come to our conclusions about what we see and we report. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah. So coming to the last piece of news
No, I
is
think
that
just before that, I'd like to make one more news is
yeah,
that the IPL auction is happening. Some of the biggest cricketing names will go under the hammer as 10 IPL franchises bid for them at the IPL 2022 mega auction. A total of 590 players, including 370 Indians and 220 overseas players, will be available for the franchise to pick from. Stay here for the latest on the two-day event. So now here, what I want to ask you viewers is that there's been so much of hanky-panky in the IPL, and yet they have not been pulled up. Whether there is COVID or there is no COVID, cricket goes on as usual. If you look at the last match, I think 6 or 7 people were suffering from COVID. How can you have matches when the pandemic is not over as yet? And then look at the corruption that's happening in IPL. Look at the betting, the drug scene, the sex scene. I mean, I can't understand. So many of these players have been exposed in these scandals, and yet they go strong because this is the backbone that makes these people rich. And this is the backbone that spoils our youngsters. If only Indians stood together and said that we won't watch cricket unless it's cleaned, like what is happening in Bollywood, it would be a whole new ball game. If you would support hockey, if you would support other games in India, where people are actually struggling, to train themselves because they don't have that much money, and sponsors don't go to them because those games are not pushed to the front. Modi ji is doing his best to do that, but still, we need our people to support different kind of games. Ignore the cricketers for some time. Let's see how they make money. If IPL is banned, what happens next? They will start looking for other jobs. If you looked at if you look at what is happening now, friends, it's a fact that all these actors are investing, in companies now because they know their money will not last for a long time. In startup companies and all that. So they are actually, Bollywood is really struggling, to hold on to whatever they have. Yeah, back to you, Jim.
they're going to South Indian film industry and
Yes,
basking under the glory of South Indian film
you know
stars.
the and
Yeah,
yeah, here I would like to make another point is that, see,
yeah.
the Bollywood actors are going to suffer even more because all
Mhm.
the South Indian films have subtitles, and many of them are dubbed. So for example, Allu, I would prefer to watch a Allu movie rather than see an old Shahrukh, shaking a leg, you know or see Salman Khan with a pot belly. We would rather watch these youngsters and who act very well. So the scenario is completely changing. South Indian films are coming over and dictating terms. So let's see what is going to happen. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. So coming to the final piece of news is that with regards to Russia and Ukraine. So amid Ukraine tensions, Putin is ready to compromise after talks with Macron. So repeatedly thanking Macron for coming to Moscow, Putin said at a joint press conference that the French leader had presented several ideas worth studying. So, Russian President Putin said he was ready for a compromise and would look at proposals put forward by the French leader Emmanuel Macron in talks on Monday while still blaming the West for raising tensions over Ukraine. Emerging from nearly 5 hours of talks in the Kremlin, the two leaders voiced hope that a solution can be found to the worst crisis between Russia and the West since the end of the Cold War. Repeatedly thanking Macron for coming to Moscow, Putin said at a joint press conference the French leader had presented several ideas worth studying. A number of his ideas proposals are possible as a basis for further steps. Putin said, adding, "We will do everything to find compromises that suit everyone." He did not provide any details but said the two leaders would speak by phone after Macron meets Ukrainian President Zelensky on Tuesday. Macron said he has made proposals of concrete security guarantees and that Putin had assured me of his readiness to engage. The French presidency said the proposals include an undertaking from both sides not to take any new military action, the launching of new strategic dialogue, and efforts to revive the Ukrainian peace process. Putin again denied that Russia was acting aggressively, despite Western fears of a possible invasion of Ukraine after Russia amassed tens of thousands of its troops on its borders. It is not us who are moving towards NATO's borders, he said in reference to alliance deployments in Eastern Europe. Now, the meeting in Moscow came at the start of a week of intense diplomacy over the Ukraine crisis, with US President Joe Biden also hosting German Chancellor Olaf in Washington on Monday. Biden made a categorical vow at the talks to shut down the controversial Nord Stream to gas pipeline from Russia to Europe if Moscow launches an invasion. So it looks like Putin is agreeing and in lines of diplomacy with regards to the Ukraine sort of crisis, and that he won't this thing won't hopefully escalate into a war between Russia and Ukraine, because that could impact the whole world very badly.
Yeah,
If at all a war sort of happens between Russia and Ukraine.
yeah. So I'll leave the lines open in case, friends, you'd like to join
Yeah.
in and share your views. And we'll also take some of your comments. Shalini says, Akshay Kumar, brand ambassador of Uttarakhand. This guy creeps into everything. In fact, I've stopped watching the ads because he's there in every sort of drainage cleaner, ad. And you always
Harpic,
feel that, is he a plumber?
yeah.
Always with his cap and his gums showing. Either his teeth have, come out or his gums have receded. It just looks so horrible, terrible. US should remember how 10,000 of their own men were left behind and had to be rescued when Taliban took over Afghanistan before sending their troops to Ukraine as an aggressive posture. Putin is no pushover. Friends, this is the link in case you would like to join us. Welcome, Veena. Metal says, what is this obsession with real heroes? AK appointed as brand ambassador of Uttarakhand. Is there a dearth of real heroes? I don't know whether he goes there begging to them, Metal. I somehow feel that he lands up everywhere. It's like he never gets satisfied with the money he has. He's a living life king size, but he seems to be craving for more and more money. What do they do with all this money? Everywhere scrambling to be the ambassador, the plumber in ads, selling flowers and paints. I mean, it's so disgusting. After a certain age, don't you get fed up of all this? And he's quite old. Shalini, a man who never respected any women who came into his life. Yeah, Shalini, how many? There's a whole line of them, including the young ones. Runa, Aryan should get the punishment the case deserves in order to set a lesson, especially to the youth of the nation. In fact, Runa, there was another case very similar to Janvi Kukreja that I came to know about recently. A young girl, she was, stabbed many times, and the knife was within her, when she was dead. And they say she was murdered by her boyfriend and someone else. But again, I feel there's something else here, and that I'm sure is the drug scene. So let me add Karthik. Welcome, Karthik.
Good evening, madam. Good evening, Jaydevji.
So nice to
Hi,
see
how are
you.
you?
I'll be here for a
Karthik, you
couple
are the
of minutes.
star. I mean, all of our your special guests speak about you and
Yeah, yeah.
how well read you are and the kind of comments that you make. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much for that. The reason I came here was to talk about my first comment, if you have noticed,
Yes,
was about the movie Jai Bhim.
yes, yes.
being shunted out by the
Yes, yes.
Oscars.
Oh, yes. That is an important news. Jai Bhim has been rejected, I think, by
Yeah,
Oscars, isn't it?
it was. I was thinking that they will not make another Slumdog Millionaire out of it. Luckily, the Academy thought otherwise. It was shunted
Yeah,
out, not a
yeah,
single nomination.
yeah,
And very worthy nominations for many good movies have been nominated.
yeah,
What I wanted to say was, if you notice, this time also an Indian documentary has been nominated.
yeah.
Why it is nominated? Because it's a film, it's a documentary made with heart and authenticity.
Okay.
It didn't need any promotion to get nominated. When you
Yeah.
make films
Uh,
which actually hit the right chord,
which
the
is it,
Academy
Karthik?
notices it.
Which one is it?
Hello?
Which?
Writing with Fire.
Okay. Oh,
This, I think, is maybe around third or fourth documentary from India being nominated in the last
What is
10,
it?
12
What is it
years.
about, Karthik?
I have not seen much about the documentary, but I think it's an Indian-made documentary only.
mm, mm.
There have been earlier documentaries about menstrual pads and
Yeah, yeah,
the
Okay.
cleft surgery of a child and all that. But I think it was
yeah,
called Smile Pinky or something. It also won the Oscar. So
yeah,
what I wanted to say is, when I was watching the live stream on the Oscars website,
yeah.
YouTube channel,
Mm.
many Indians, maybe we could say even the PR members, were writing by Jai Bhim, Jai Bhim, Jai Bhim continuously. They don't understand how the West functions as far as nominations are concerned. It's all about
Absolutely.
lobbying. You just don't pay $5,000, put your movie in in the YouTube channel of Oscar and expect the nominations to simply fall on your lap.
Yeah, yeah,
You have to go sit there, lobby for it, show your film to lot of all those. Actually valid voters. I mean, there are many Indian filmmakers. I mean, from Gutterwood also, of course, in the
yeah,
academy, they are academy members. I don't know whether they have the right to vote for the nominations or not.
yeah,
But just people are so gullible. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
there when Slumdog Millionaire was nominated, even I was excited without even
yeah,
realizing what
yeah,
what a
exactly.
pathetic film it was.
Yeah.
I mean, when
I
Heaven
don't know,
was nominated.
Karthik. Yeah, Karthik, if you would have noticed what Kajal said, they had made a film and how difficult it was to pass through the censorship. Prasoon
Yeah.
Joshi is sitting there, and they've given them so many times they've asked them to amend it. You see, so genuine films are being also, delayed because of this, and we think
Karthik,
Prasoon Joshi is for us, for the
see,
small
I would like
filmmakers.
to,
It's not
yeah,
like
I would
that.
like to add one point to Karthik is that why Slumdog Millionaire won the Oscars is that because the West likes to see India as a very backward
Yeah,
sort of
exactly.
country, with a lot of poverty, a very third world country with no progress. That's how they like to see that, project that image of India
Very
even
much.
now.
Even I would say
Yeah,
even many Americans have that perception of India even now.
Yeah,
yeah,
They think India is the land of snake charmers and
exactly.
all
yeah,
whatever they showed in that Slumdog itself.
absolutely. Yeah. Welcome, Luna. Please
Welcome.
join us.
Hi, Meena. Hi, Jaydev. How are
Hi,
you?
Fine, fine.
fine. How are you?
First of
Karthik has
all, I
also
want
joined
to
us.
apologize. I want to apologize because it's hardly I've ever been in the live recently because of the workload. But I must assure you that in the night I do
Thank
make
you.
sure that I
We know.
hear every of Meena's
Yeah.
sessions, which are incredible.
Thank you so much.
And I
I
wanted
would
to
like to
Yeah, Karthik.
yeah, of late,
Yeah.
I think since the beginning of this year, I think you have been calling all the luminaries of this country.
Yes, yes, Karthik.
I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, it's more like the who's who of the country. I mean,
Yeah.
it increases the credibility of your channel a lot, madam.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And also, it's
And
very difficult, Karthik, to get them because many of them are very busy,
I mean, the getting
and
Samir Bankhede was
yes,
it was a coup,
yes,
I would say.
yes,
it was
absolutely.
it was I mean it was a shocker for
Yeah.
anyone who had doubted your channel for the authenticity or credibility of you.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
And it was
Karthik.
a wonderful session with Samir. I mean,
Yeah.
she's such an inspiration. I mean,
Oh
Yeah.
yes, yes.
he is
My
what
mother,
he
my
actually.
mother was asking, Karthik, that do they make such officers anymore?
They're born.
Yeah, yeah. Because in this era of Kali Yuga, how many of them are there?
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
I got
we lost
I
you.
got
Yeah,
dropped out.
if you
Yeah.
could come back. Yeah.
two things. Not two things, maybe three. I was so happy to hear you talk in Hindi, and I was, wow, Veena is doing that session. I mean, you know what? You sound so good, and please keep doing it because I'm sure a lot of audiences would like to hear
Thank
in
you so much,
Hindi.
Luna. I'm
Yeah,
a little hesitant because I'm not so fluent.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as
You're
people
you're
understand it.
you're much better, madam, compared to many actresses.
I know, and you know what? Like, uh, if Meena is speaking is most important than anything else. That is what is
So
important.
sweet of you. Yeah.
Yes, that is one thing. Second thing is, I was like so happy that you called Samir Wankede. Oh my God, like I just
That's
could
what
not
Karthik is saying.
believe
Yeah.
it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
to get such heroes, they are the actual heroes, and Ramina, like the efforts that you've put in to get him and
Yeah.
asking those pertinent questions, which wouldn't put him into an odd situation because the cases
Absolutely.
are on and so on and so forth,
Yeah.
and to let the youth. I always say the youth because they are the next generation, which should
Exactly.
be given most importance to.
Yes. Yes.
I
Yes.
want them to hear
Yeah.
these are the heroes. One should become like them, and these are the stories that one should, inherit and make their lives so that one doesn't have to get demoralized. What happened to him? These even he was talking right.
Yeah.
Samir was saying that this thing is these are normal things. Like when
Yeah.
you do good job, you
Yeah.
will always be called upon.
Yes.
It is Kali Yuga. When you do
Yeah.
bad things, you'll get away. Like uh, our parents used to teach us, right? Truth is
Yeah.
always a struggle. It's
Mhm.
difficult to achieve anything, but if you do wrong things, it'll be quick. It won't
Yeah.
last long, but it'll be quick. The results will
Yeah.
be bad. But
Yeah.
the what you call the modern education does
Yeah.
not teach the right values of the
Absolutely.
difference between the truth and the bad stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And people like Samir Wankide, I mean, it was so nice to hear about his family. I mean, I would like to know because he is our hero.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
I don't care what the judiciary has done, what the other guys have done, because that will happen. But in our eyes, he is the blue star.
Yeah.
And Mina, like if you can call him again, I'm sure all the viewers would like to hear. I
Sure.
mean,
Sure. I
maybe
will
not
ask.
official, but
Sure. I
just
will ask.
how not what nonsense we used to, not anymore.
Yeah.
We used to hear this the stupid idiots,
Mhm.
whichever. I don't even want to name them. I'm
Yeah.
ashamed to even think that I used to ever watch them. But we
Yeah.
used to hear their bullshit, didn't we?
Yeah.
So why not hear the life stories of heroes like this? It was
Yes.
amazing. And
Yeah.
another request I had, because you're from Kerala,
Yeah.
it is such a wonderful, beautiful place.
Mhm.
So maybe you and Jaydev can think um, to have a session on Kerala, because so many bad things we hear the-
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll do that.
politically,
Yeah.
but
We'll do that.
it is a heaven,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
the greenery that we have. So
Oh,
that
it's
will
out of
kind
the
of,
world.
You can
yes.
talk about the culture of Kerala specifically,
Yes.
madam.
Yes,
I
Absolutely.
mean,
Yeah.
the folklore, I mean, the
Yeah.
music, and
Karthik,
people
actually,
like,
Karthik, my great grandfather, he was a very great palace poet, you know, and he won
oh,
the Veer Shringla from the king at that time. And so I've seen the kind of poetry that has come down from him. And then my grandfather, he wrote the history of Malayalam literature, which won the Sahitya Academy Award.
okay.
So it's like this is only one house. There are so many houses with so many heroes, you know and we
yes,
don't hear of them at all.
If you could make a session on the kings like Swati Tirunal or
Yes, yes.
Chitra Tirunal and
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Varmas,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Varmas and their
So
connection with
what I
the
will do
Padmanabha
is,
Swami temple.
Karthik, I will also request the princess,
Yeah, of
Lakshmi
course.
Bai, if she can also be present,
Oh, that will be
because she's
yeah.
very
wonderful.
eloquent.
You know why, Meena? What I was saying is our country has got so much of culture and heritage.
Yes,
Like
yes,
it's a gem in every aspect, from
yeah,
spiritualism to the cuisine to the
yes,
language to the culture, everything, right? So um, always hearing the negative things which is going on.
Exactly.
It'll be such a nice thing because your channel is quite diversified in touching different kind of topics. Like
Topics, yes.
Jaydev is also talking about the bitcoins and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So it is just a humble suggestion, like,
No, no, no.
to
It is very
talk
well
about
taken.
every.
Because see, one thing I'll tell you, Runa. See, a lot of the guests who speak to me in private, they tell me that see, we go to so many other channels, but the kind of viewers that you have, they're so intelligent, and the kind of questions they ask, it makes us think, and also makes us feel that we should come well prepared. See, that's the quality of the number of subscribers we have, and the people who come, and give us comments like you and
It is
Karthik.
because, madam, your channel is candid. Okay. Everyone wants, somehow they want to be candid about their feelings, their
Yes,
thoughts.
absolutely.
They don't have a platform where they can actually openly talk about it.
Yeah,
You allow
Karthik,
people to talk there.
give
yeah,
the give the credit to Jaydev because Jaydev is named it candid.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
absolutely.
That goes without saying, you know.
And there's not a day,
He is
Runa, when
part
he
of the
doesn't
channel, of
remind
course.
me of it. There's not a day he doesn't remind me of it.
Yeah, because I give credit to Jaydev, and Jaydev, hats off to you. Like I have so much of regards for you because you are a backbone of your mother, and every son should learn this from you. You are a trendsetter. To me, you guys are the heroes who is actually keeping the culture heritage, which is long forgotten in our
Yeah.
country. So
Thank you,
coming
Rona.
back to it, like you could touch Kerala. I know it's a lot of work. It's just a suggestion. I mean, whatever
Yeah,
you can, just to talk good about Kerala, good about the scenic beauty, the culture,
absolutely.
the cuisine, all
Yes.
that, and then you can touch the other states also. So apart from hearing all the
Yeah.
negative,
No,
what
no,
is
it's a very
happening
interesting
around.
suggestion. What you're saying, Runa, is a very interesting suggestion. We will definitely look at it.
Yes, like how you're talking to Mayur and we're enjoying it. Maybe I know more stuff than what Mayur is doing because everybody has different learnings and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But you should always learn, and everything is like, knowledge. So I
yeah.
really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Runa, for always
Especially when
giving
Mayur
us your
sir
comment.
comes.
Pardon?
Huh?
Especially, hello?
Especially
Pardon?
what? Sorry, I didn't hear.
Especially when Mayur comes on the screen, it's more like
He's
it's
very
a family. It's
lively.
a family discussion.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. You will feel
he's
like
more like
you're
a
talking.
family member rather than a celebrity
Yeah.
or a guest.
Yeah, it's like a living room
He's so warm and
conversation.
friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
He actually inspires you to speak for yourself. That's why I'm
Yeah.
very excited whenever he comes on screen.
No, the thing is that session is very light.
Yes.
Sometimes you need
Yeah,
that
exactly.
break too. It's a very
Yes.
light session. You don't have to like think, oh, what this guy is doing, what that guy is doing. Life has become
Yeah.
so monotonous. You
Yeah.
need a break.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I take this advantage. You just mentioned some of the viewers have connected with you directly. You have my email address. You can
Yeah.
send it. I would love to get
Absolutely.
connected with
Uh,
Meena
Yeah.
Das Narayan.
Shailesh, I wanted to say one thing.
Yeah.
You recently covered a topic on the budget.
Yeah.
Uh, what from my personal experience, what I would want to say is my dad is 90.
Yeah.
He's a state government pensioner, and he has been getting the pension for the past 33 years.
Yeah.
And the point is, there has been an income tax deduction from his account.
Oh,
The government doesn't distinguish between a true pensioner and someone who is having
my
his
God.
own property. The
My God.
income tax is deducted from a 90-year-old pensioner.
My God.
And my dad keeps asking, why this injustice to me? What have
Yeah.
I done? Why they have to
Absolutely.
cut?
Yeah.
When I asked the bank, of course, yes, State Bank of India, where he has the account, no, we cannot do anything. It's the government order. We cannot do anything. They don't
My God.
give any
It's not
convincing
fair.
answer.
Yeah.
So we should have some top discussion about
Yes. We will
the
do that.
plight of the taxpayers. Nobody
Yes.
talks about the
Yes.
taxpayers,
Yes. We
what
will
they
do
go
that.
through for saving, what they go through for getting insurance and all that.
Yeah.
How much
Yeah.
they have to go through.
Yeah.
So if you can have a session on that, I would like to
Absolutely. We will. We
add
will try
something
that.
also there.
Yes. Yes.
And sorry, I'll make my last point. I need to go. So, Meena, please like keep me in mind. Even if I don't attend live, I'm always there
Yeah.
with
Thank you
you
so
and
much.
Jaydev. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just wanted to let you know that. And then I also wanted to give one more suggestion. Like, we need to like you touched SRK's topic some time
Yeah.
back. If we can keep talking time and
Oh,
like time
yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
so that we need to keep
Also,
him
I
alive.
wanted to I wanted to tell you, Runa and Karthik also. In the session that we had previously with Flight Lieutenant Anup Verma,
Right.
something very nice he said was that he liked the fact that we had Lord Shiva's
Yeah.
painting
Exactly.
at the back.
Yes,
He's
your
saying that you're not
painting.
hiding your feelings or trying to act secular. Actually, Runa and Karthik, I never even thought of that. Because, see,
Right.
I'm just a pure Shiva Bhakt. For
Yes.
me, when he watches me and he watches all the viewers, I
Right.
feel as though we have his blessings. You
No
Yes.
know,
second thoughts on that. Of
and it's
course,
only
we
when
do.
Very
he said this, I realized, oh God, there's another way of looking at it as well.
Yeah. See, your channel, like if you talk about Sanatan Dharma, I keep saying again and again, like it's just not for Hindus. Sanatan Dharma is for every being. Like
Yeah,
when your channel talks about it, then we make a conscious uh, efforts to keep humanity
yeah.
in a positive way, move humanity in a positive way instead of moving in a negative way. I mean, if this channel can do that service to humanity, that'll be so awesome.
Also, strangely, Runa, Karthik, Jaydeep was telling me that, see, one of the viewers, she said that she was, could you narrate that, Jaydeep? Yeah.
Yeah, see, there was a session with Mayur about Lord Shiva and his existence. And apparently, one of the viewers, I think she was staying in one of the Shiva temples in Maharashtra, I think near
Okay.
Bombay. And apparently, she was staying in a hotel near the temple of near the Shiva temple. And
Triambak,
when
yeah.
she just switched on her laptop and she searched YouTube, and YouTube pushed this particular video as a recommendation, this particular video.
No, divine hand
Wow.
is there in
Yeah.
everything, whether we
We
Yeah.
were
accept it or
thrilled.
not.
Yeah, we were thrilled to see,
But I'll tell you something. You see, Shiv Bhagwan is on the material platform, which is in Kailash,
Yeah,
but his residence is also in the spiritual platform.
yeah,
And if one reads Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vedanta Sutras, and all that, which is in Srimad Bhagavatam, um, the creation and everything about the outer space is so elaborately described that it boggles, so one
and
knows.
also, yeah, and also Runa and Karthik and Jaydev. See, what I've realized, and perhaps it would be, something that you already know, is that, see, every day, if you can meditate for 20 minutes, you
Right.
know, immediately after that, you will see some positive outcome. That is my promise to you.
Yes.
If you
I'm
do
doing,
that,
madam. I'm
you know,
I'm into
yeah,
transcendental meditation. I do twice a
yes,
day,
yes,
and most of the time I don't feel like coming out
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
because
I
it
do.
soothes you so much. You don't
Yeah.
feel
I
like getting out of it.
Yeah,
I do my japa also because
yeah,
meditation with the name of Lord
yeah,
is
yeah,
what will connect you with Him, because we've all come from the spiritual planet with our ego
absolutely.
in our minds, right? And that is why soul and the material body, soul is a spirit. So it's not
Yeah,
very difficult to understand. There is
yeah,
a spiritual component in our body, which is a soul. But with time, knowledge is always destroyed.
yeah,
But little conscious efforts that we make, and we can help the humanity, nothing like it.
absolutely.
I would like to quote. How I came to know about Mayur. I
Yeah,
had seen that video where he was interacting with Ranveer.
yes, yes,
And when you told ki I'm calling a Shiva Bhakta who has gone to Kailash, the name Mayur immediately flashed on my mind. If you remember, I had commented, "Is it Mayur
yes, yes,
Makalbag?" And lo and behold, he was there.
yeah,
So Mahadev is making all that
yes.
happen. He's
All, yeah,
he's orchestrating everything.
yeah. See, even this, whenever I feel, I get some beautiful paints, oil paints. I normally touch a lot of my paintings, and I find that, the more I touch these paintings, they become even more living, you know,
Mm,
and that makes me so, I feel almost like a child, very bewildered because they come into
yes,
existence. It's
yes,
very
because
powerful.
absolutely.
Even
See,
when they say key photos don't have any life
Yeah,
on their own,
yeah,
if you do
yeah,
meditate and if you look at the photos of divine beings like Lord Shiva, any god for that matter,
yeah,
you can see them looking at you directly.
yes,
You experience their presence right there.
yeah,
That spiritual connect is already there. We just have to
yeah.
keep increasing
Yes,
the connection.
exactly.
That's all.
Yeah, it's only because we're not listening or we're not paying attention that these things
Exactly.
happen. Yeah. So thank
Anyway,
you so
madam,
much,
I'll
Karthik.
just leave.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
thank
so
you,
much.
Luna.
It was
Thank
a
you so
wonderful
much.
talk to you both.
Have a
So,
wonderful
Thank you,
night,
Luna.
you guys. Take care. Thank you,
good night.
Jaydev.
Luna.
Thank you,
Good
Meena.
night.
Bye bye.
Thank you,
Bye, madam.
friends.
Thank you.
And thank you, viewers, for this wonderful session. And good night.